The Israeli-Palestinian conflict escalated again on March 15, 2025, with a surge of violence in Gaza and the West Bank. The day began with a deadly Israeli drone strike in Gaza City. 4 Palestinians lost their lives in this attack. The Israeli military then launched an operation in the southern city of Rafah. Tanks and gunboats targeted areas near the border, causing widespread fear and destruction. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli forces stormed the city of Salfit. During the raid, soldiers shot and injured 2 Palestinians. One man was shot in the Al-Janiya neighborhood, while an 18-year-old was wounded in Beita. This latest violence comes on the heels of another tragic incident in Salim, where a 21-year-old Palestinian was killed overnight. Tensions remain extremely high in the region. The Israeli military also continued its assault on the Nur Shams refugee camp near Tulkarem. Disturbingly, there were reports of Israeli forces firing on an ambulance attempting to provide medical aid. A large explosion, believed to be caused by the demolition of buildings by the Israeli military, shook the camp, further escalating fears among residents. The situation in Gaza is extremely precarious. A reporter in Gaza confirmed daily violations of the ceasefire agreement by Israel. In a heartbreaking incident, 4 Palestinians, desperate for fuel due to a cooking gas shortage, were killed while collecting wood. A fisherman was also killed by Israeli forces while fishing, highlighting the constant dangers faced by ordinary Palestinians. The human cost of this conflict continues to rise at an alarming rate. The recent casualties, including the 5 Palestinians killed on March 15, underscore the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. The repeated violations of the ceasefire agreement further exacerbate the suffering of civilians on both sides. Beyond the immediate casualties, the ongoing conflict has had a devastating impact on the humanitarian situation in Gaza. The United Nations reports severe shortages of food, fuel, and medical supplies in Gaza. The situation is particularly dire after 2 weeks of continuous conflict, leaving many families struggling to survive. Many residents rely on community kitchens for sustenance, but these kitchens are running dangerously low on essential supplies. The combination of displacement, job losses, and shortages has created a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. International aid organizations are working tirelessly to provide assistance, but the situation remains critical. The recent escalation of violence has drawn widespread international condemnation. The United Nations and various human rights groups have called for an immediate ceasefire and a return to negotiations. The arrest of Mahmoud Khalil, a pro-Palestinian student activist in New York, sparked further outrage and protests. Amnesty International condemned Khalil's arrest, calling it part of a racist trend to suppress Palestinian rights and solidarity. Jewish Voice for Peace released a video of the arrest, denouncing it as illegal detention and an attempt to silence dissent. Former UN human rights official Craig Mokeber warned that U.S. officials defending Israel's actions could face charges from the International Criminal Court for obstructing justice. The conflict has also created political ripples within the United States. Adam Boehler, nominated for the position of U.S. Special Envoy for Hostage Affairs, withdrew his nomination after facing backlash for engaging in direct talks with Hamas. Boehler will continue working on hostage issues, but under a different title. In a controversial move, the Trump administration threatened to cut funding to Columbia University, demanding the firing of staff from a department critical of Israel. As the sun sets on another day of violence, the future of peace between Israel and Palestine remains uncertain. Palestinian official Nabil Abu Rudaina reiterated the need for a sovereign Palestinian state following a meeting of G7 countries. While the G7 expressed commitment to a political horizon for Palestinians, they stopped short of mentioning a two-state solution. Meanwhile, in a separate incident highlighting the ongoing tensions, Israeli settlers under the protection of the Israeli military bulldozed Palestinian farmland in Wadi al-Matwi. Their objective: to construct a road leading to an illegal outpost. This action further inflamed tensions and underscored the daily challenges faced by Palestinians living under occupation. Despite the grim reality on the ground, there was a glimmer of hope and resilience. The Palestinian national football team, in a powerful display of defiance, revealed their World Cup squad in a video filmed in Gaza. This act of courage and determination serves as a reminder of the human spirit's ability to endure even in the face of adversity. The path to peace remains elusive, but the hope for a brighter future continues to flicker.